Hey guys, so we're in the last end of this. According to the nurse, it's probably going to be today or tomorrow that I lose my dad. And I've been reflecting a lot while he's comfortable, because they have him comfortable now. And I think the reason my dad pushed so hard for me to, calling me names, and the more angry he got, and I notice this a lot when I'm succeeding at something that my parents don't. They get angry and they almost like they raised me crappy, so I should be crappy. And instead, they raised me crappy, and because of my grandma, I became eventually a really good person. Now, was I always a great person? No. Did I make mistakes? Absolutely. And I think that's what irritates my dad is I've always taken responsibility that I've done something wrong. I've never made excuses for my alcoholism. I never made excuses when I was addicted to drugs. When I make mistakes as a parent, I apologize to my kids and say, hey, I'm sorry. And I don't tend to scream at my kids. I try to talk to them and, calmly explain things to them. And I keep them informed, and I keep them, I want them to grow up to feel validated, because I didn't. And I think sometimes that irritates my dad, because my dad grew up in a situation where his dad just took off, and then he was drafted, and he did have a lot of bad things happen to him, and he kind of used them as crutches on why he drank, on why he was such a jerk to everybody, and why he treated people the way he did. Where I, on the other hand, am very kind-hearted, and I always follow my conscience, even when I know it. I always say my brain tells me it's the bad idea to do this, to be a good person, but my heart's always like, you have to be a good person. And I think that makes him angry, because he expects me to be the bad person. He wants me to be my mom, and I'm not. I'm not him. I'm not my mom. I'm just me. And I think that in the end, he wanted me to walk away, and pushed so hard for me to walk away, so that he had something he could be mad about and be able to complain about, even in death. This man needed a reason to complain. And when I didn't do that, it made him frustrated, and he just pushed harder. And the more he pushed, the more I was like, I'm still going to do the right thing, because I was raised the right way by my grandma. Even if it was just on the weekends, my grandma is still doing the right thing. So yeah, this is just a reflection while I'm dealing with the last few hours, and I hope that it helps someone else.